Are you craving a trip on Space Mountain? Well, we've got the next best thing. Welcome to Disney Coast to Coast.
Hey folks, and welcome to Disney Coast to Coast, the ultimate unofficial Disney fan podcast. I'm Jeff DePaoli.
And I'm PatrickzFilms.
And Patrick,
yeah,
you went on a little bit of a Disney adventure.
A little one.
Wasn't an adventure by Disney.
No.
But it was a Disney adventure.
Yes.
And we'll get all to that, but first, we got to talk about some stuff that people wrote in about, commented about, and this has been going on for a little bit now because we had, I can't even remember how it was initially brought up, but we're talking about Disney attractions based on non-intellectual properties.
Yes.
And it started because I had said Soarin was the last one, and then somebody sent in a correction saying that Everest. Well, I think Max Mora and Taylor Marcilla, I think it is, got this correct. Mystic Manor, 2013.
Okay, yeah. If you're thinking like outside Disney parks and stuff, yeah.
I think, so Hong Kong Disneyland, Mystic Manor. I think that if there's anything beyond that, I'd be surprised, and if it is, it's something small.
Yeah.
Right, so can we call this? I guess we're going to call this done. Mystic Manor is the winner. So Max and Taylor, you win. Nothing, but the satisfaction of knowing. And if they're wrong, heck, write us. DisneyCoastToCoast@gmail.com. Leave a comment, and perhaps somebody will
like thinking, is there something coming up?
I mean, Rivers of Light is coming up, but I think at least ride-wise, I think that they're correct.
Yeah.
So I just thought this has been going on for like 3 or 4 weeks now.
Unless you want to count the reboot of Soarin'.
No, I don't. I don't want to count that. But yeah. So in which case I would be correct. Isn't that the first one I said? So sure, let's say Soarin'. Anywho, on top of that, we also got some YouTube comments because last week's episode we were discussing our favorite Disney animatronics.
Yes.
Which people loved. Thanks for all the comments and writing it. We might have to do a part 2 because so many people were like, you missed this and you missed that. I'm like, but we're just picking 10.
It's not like we missed it.
Yeah.
That was our top 10. Sorry about it.
But I feel like we could easily pick another top 10.
Yeah.
So that might come in the future. But somebody mentioned a character, actually several people. The first
Foxy Scientist.
No, Foxy. Some people actually were asking, what's that Twitter handle? And so if you need the Twitter handle of Imaginary Cupcakes, who is the Foxy Scientist in Spaceship Earth, go to, I think I left a comment with the link to her Twitter account on the YouTube comments of that episode. So check that out. But Melmo's World wrote in about Sunny Eclipse.
Yeah.
Okay, this was new to me.
You don't like Sunny Eclipse?
No.
Sunny Eclipse is awesome.
Apparently, because I watched his entire YouTube show.
Yeah. He's like in the restaurant in Tomorrowland, and you just go and like chill and sit by him, and he like plays music and tells jokes. And
I have never been to that restaurant ever. Cosmic Rays, right?
Cosmic Rays, yeah.
Never been, never heard of Sunny Eclipse, and I when they commented about it, I made a comment about it on Twitter how I'd never heard of it, and people were like, "What?" And then a lot of people were also saying how like that's kind of normal for Disneylanders not to have heard this. Of course, you spent a lot of time at Walt Disney World, and although how long's he been there? It sounds like somebody who's been there for a long time. Yeah, that's what it sounded like, and it seemed like when I was watching. But it's kind of one of those hidden gems. At least for me it was. And, I consider myself to know quite a bit Disney stuff. I'd never heard of, seen a picture of, there was nothing reminiscent at all.
Really?
Not the voice, not a song, not an image, nothing. So I learned something new. Thank you for that.
Sunny Eclipse is awesome.
Melmo's World. It was interesting because I got a feeling of Alf, which I'm a huge fan of. I loved Alf as a kid, and Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Pretty much.
It was like Alf and Chuck E. Cheese.
It's like a dinner show, yeah.
Yeah,
like
it was
lunch show.
And he does a long show.
Yeah, it's like a good 45-minute loop or something.
Now, where does he not go when he's not performing? I mean, where does he go when he's not performing? Or is he always out?
He's always there.
He's always out performing.
Always there.
That's really interesting. Yeah. So, Sonny, now that you've been reminded of him, would he have made your top 10?
No.
Maybe
in the next episode.
I will definitely consider Sunny Eclipse for the next animatronic top 10 episode. But I'm glad you guys enjoyed that episode so much. Thanks for all of your comments on Instagram and YouTube and everything with your favorites. And a lot of people love animatronics.
Yeah.
So it's fantastic. But that's all I had to catch up with. Let's tell everybody where you just got back from.
Oh, a little place called the Tokyo Disney Resort.
Yeah. In Tokyo. Yeah, in Tokyo. How was it? This was your number one wanting to visit resort. And this is supposedly the best Disney theme park of all time, Tokyo DisneySea.
It is the best Disney theme park of all time.
Okay.
So much so that, like, going to Disneyland, like, it's kind of ruined.
How soon after did you go to Disneyland after you got back from Tokyo?
A day.
1 day, folks.
1 day.
So it's not that ruined. But no, that's what I was going to say. Like, so people say it's the best. Like, does it ruin? Are you like, oh God, why don't we have that?
Yes. Every single time I saw anything, I'm like, literally, if they are able to do this, why can't we?
Because they're willing to spend more money.
And the most ridiculous part, the part I was the most, like, I actually got off a ride and was mad because of how good it was.
Is this Journey to the Center of the Earth?
Indiana Jones over there.
Oh yeah, what?
It is the
exact to ours.
It is the exact same.
Except the effects work.
Just everything is better.
Yeah.
It's a different name. It's Temple of the Crystal Skull. So no Mara.
Was that before or after the movie?
This was before.
They named it that before the. Wow, interesting.
I believe so. And it's like the same exact track, different story. It takes place in Mexico. Funniest part, they love theming over there. So all the character attendants when we first went on it were saying like adios, and I thought they thought we were Spanish, but no, that is just the theming.
That's
because
fantastic.
Instead of like what is it, the guy in the Q video, Sahar.
I don't know the character's name, but welcome to the Temple of the Forbidden Eye. Whatever.
Sala. Over there it's Paco.
Same actor.
No, different actor. But so it takes place in Mexico. There's a like Aztec Mexican feel. The queue line, I thought Indiana Jones queue was cool. No, they have a full like good like 80-foot temple that you walk in with like dead bodies on the floor that you like go over, and like the queue is amazing. And then just the ride is they have a tornado in the middle of the ride.
Yeah, I've seen video.
Their giant snake is actually like looks real. It's not like cartoony. I feel like ours looks cartoony. The craziest part is like when ours we have like the weird like fog branch thing.
Oh yeah, where the rats are on it.
And then it like stops in the darkness and like for a second. They actually use that stop for a really cool effect. It's you stop in front of this giant like mouth and you like pause for a second and it like blows a fireball at you.
Oh. So basically,
their boulder tunnels is better lit, and there's actually a picture. Similar like op? Dinosaur. When the boulder's like right about to hit you, there's a picture.
It's not a good ride for a photo op.
I think Dinosaurs is great, especially
not my favorite.
There, but especially when the boulder's about to hit you, everyone. But that's fun too. But
I think it's interesting that the first thing you decided to talk about was an attraction that we have.
Yes, but it's the one that like it was so similar, but still 1,000 times better, which just made me mad. But speaking of Journey to the Center of the Earth, best ride I've ever been on in my entire life.
Better than Forbidden Journey?
Yes.
Really? Mm-hmm. What's the ride vehicle like?
It is,
I actually have not done much research at all on that ride because I just want to experience it.
The ride system is like test track.
Okay.
However, the ride vehicle is like this massive. It's very, like, if I were to make a Journey to Atlantis ride, that's very similar to what that would be.
And this is based on nothing, right?
It's based on whatever his name is.
H.G. Wells. Or is it H.G. Wells?
No.
But I'm saying it's not based on, like, a Disney movie or anything.
No. It's based on whatever... The Mysterious Island is all based on whatever the guy's collection of stories is. I forgot his name.
Is it not H.G. Wells?
No.
The Time Machine guy?
No. Because it's Journey to the Center of the Earth and then 20,000 Leagues.
Oh, you're killing me, man.
I forgot. It's like that collection of stories.
We should be ashamed of ourselves.
I know.
Jules Verne.
Thank
you.
Yeah, there you go.
Boom. DePaoli did it.
Yeah.
Boom.
So, like, the Mysterious Island is just like those attractions.
So, is Indiana Jones in Tokyo Disneyland?
Tokyo DisneySea.
Tokyo
DisneySea is massive.
And really, looks nothing like any other Disney park.
No, I mean I would compare it to like an Epcot, but like no.
Yeah, it's interesting. And it's interesting that now I think something viewers and listeners may not know is Tokyo DisneySea is the one park, and I think Shanghai will be the same as well, where it's like it's not run by the Walt Disney Company. It's
The whole Tokyo Disney Resort isn't run.
yeah. So and I think Shanghai's going to be the same way. I might be wrong about that.
I think they're gonna like sell it off.
Yeah, so it's interesting how like the best theme park isn't run by Disney, and I don't even know how that works as far as like Imagineers' involvement in it and stuff. But it is very interesting, and it's like slightly disappointing that that's the case. So, what were some other highlights, like food wise? How could you find food to eat? Because that would be my biggest fear going to Tokyo.
Yeah, like there's a bunch of fun snacks. I wouldn't say food is like the biggest highlight of the trip.
Okay.
Everything just tastes slightly weird.
Okay.
Like when you
Has a little fishy taste.
no,
to it.
not fish, but like when you buy like chicken or like a chicken meal or like a beef meal, it's like I don't know if they feed them different feeds in the U.S. It's just like there's a slight like it's beef, but like it doesn't taste like beef.
They're not injecting chemicals. Into them.
I guess
That's the difference.
If it was like I got chicken, I was like it tastes like chicken, but something's a little different from it.
It's organic chicken.
I guess.
That's cool. Any shows that you were anything comparable to Map or the shows
everything,
look, but they look so neon-y.
No.
And
Every single like I don't know if let me speechless for a second.
Let's go.
I saw things I've never seen before. Shows and characters are a huge thing out there. They love them, and I feel like whatever talent they bring in, they have a lot higher standard than we have over here. Every character and show I saw full out. Dancers, characters, everything full out. I didn't see like any like just like casual like walking, like full out dancing. Their shows are so crazy. Their two main shows in Tokyo Disneyland, One Man's Dream, and DisneySea, Big Band Beat, have lottery systems because they're so demanded that you have to go to a lottery area and enter a lottery. However, all 5 days we were there, 6 days, we didn't win any of the lotteries. But the first show is always standby only. Okay. So we got one of our last days. We're like, we're going to just go see Big Band B, and we got in line 2 hours early. Amazing show.
Did you not get to see the other one then?
No, I didn't see One Man's Dream.
Oh my God, that would have been a priority for me.
Yeah. It's on YouTube. But
priority.
Big Band B is like a Mickey jazz tribute almost. Okay. With like live singers and like the Fab Five and whatever. But I saw Mickey do a 2-minute drum solo, get up and do a 2-minute tap number, back to a 2-minute drum solo while twirling the drumsticks around his gloves. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. And how about, did you see Fantasmic?
I did see Fantasmic.
How is that? Because I've seen video of that and it's weird. It's not Fantasmic as we know it.
Some parts actually like blew my mind and like were very innovative. It's very different than between Disneyland and Walt Disney World. It's still like the same story, but like very different.
Same main musical score.
Yeah, they had one. The end song is different, but it's still like they added a song with the dun 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 dun, like different lyrics. The dragon part was really cool.
It's just a neck and a head that comes out.
Yes,
right?
but it's really cool because they have a water. They have a water screen that like make the wings for it.
Oh, okay.
But
that's cool.
What really cool effect is they add Mount Prometheus to the show because when she comes out, she like cackles and the volcano explodes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, super cool.
Very cool.
And one of the other shows, they actually premiered when we were over there because we actually got there during the 15th anniversary, and they premiered a daytime show on their DisneySea Lake. Horizons, I think it's called. Whatever.
Out of Shadowland? No, that's
no. That's not. That wasn't open yet. No. Their lake is called Mediterranean Harbor. Crystal Wishes.
Okay.
And it was almost like a daytime Fantasmic. They had like barges with characters on them during the day and crystals, and that was. Really
because they had their Crystal Celebration, their Diamond Celebration ripoff. Nice.
Yeah.
How was the English? Like
Very
50% or
very like you can know zero Japanese and be 100% fine. Most of the shows, the dialogue is in Japanese. All the songs are in English.
which is interesting.
Some attractions were only Japanese. Some attractions that like a lot of English, like more English than I thought. So
I remember when I did Disneyland Paris, I saw Honey, I Shrunk the Audience, and the show's in French, but we sat in a row that had English headphones. So we'd like hear the French because it was loud, but we were listening to English in the ears. And then like the live shows, there'd be like 2 live actors along with characters, and like one of them would speak English or French, and the other person would like respond to them in English. So you were kind of getting half of the conversation, but you could put the pieces together. It's interesting how they deal with it.
It's a very much, I'd say, English park as well. I mean, most everyone pretty much could spoke and understand English over there. And even when there was attractions where they're only Japanese, they have pamphlets that are like in English to tell you like what the ride's about or what the show's about.
How about like Madame Leota? Did she speak both? Because I remember her.
It's Japanese.
Oh, really? Okay. In France, I remember she would like say a line in French and then a line in English and back and forth.
Japanese.
It's such an interesting thing, but that's awesome. Anything? Oh, did you meet Gelatoni?
I saw him,
Okay.
but I did meet the fairy godmother.
Was that special for some reason?
Yeah, because she's not a face character.
Oh, so she's one of the creepy ones. I remember her.
Real creepy.
Yeah, I remember
Love
that
it.
non-face one. Yeah, any other characters that you were really excited to see?
Their characters are crazy.
They're
out there.
everywhere, right? Yeah.
Everywhere and anywhere. I met Bernard and Bianca. All the Aristocats were out.
Interesting.
They have like this gate in the back of Tokyo Disneyland where a bunch of characters come out, and then the front gate, like the front area, is just full of characters like all the time. There's one point where like they do like switch on and switch offs, and like a bunch of fur went back, and then all of a sudden, like literally every Disney princess you can imagine just like walked out, like 10 of them at one time. You're just like, I don't know what to do.
I hate the lottery system, though. That's the one thing I would say. The lottery system, for sure, that would break my heart.
Yeah, it's only for the 2 big ones.
Yeah.
But you can obviously stand by if you want. I would say the only one other disappointing part was the actual, not the characters, but trying to meet characters. It's very different over there. They do not do lines at all.
Oh, it's like we used to be.
It is literally
Chase 'em.
they encourage you. A character comes out, everyone crowds them against a wall, and then you just have to like wave your hands and go like, Aurora, look at me, and like of course I'm over here like I don't want to do that because like I feel like bad because the characters are American, so they know.
Well, can you?
But then like the character attendants come over because they see me standing there for 10 minutes. They're like, you yell at them, and I'm like, it's form a line.
This is I know that like a lot of the American performers get sent overseas when these parks
They're
open.
all the face characters are.
They must that must be weird for them, where they're used to getting like a queue.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, we're just gonna have people bombard
Yeah,
you
they-
like our subway system.
They literally crowd them into a corner. Funniest thing I saw was Belle and Gaston were out. They got crowded into some corner, but after some time they had to go back in, and they were like literally so crowded. Gaston just goes, "Please let me through," and just goes right through the crowd.
That's awesome.
It was great.
You know he probably does that every single set.
It was the funniest thing I've ever saw.
That's fantastic. So overall, awesome trip.
Yeah, I like literally when I got back, I just want to plan another trip.
Nice. Did you?
I'm good. Going to. Great.
Great.
It's great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
High five.
And also, before we move on, I just have to mention another classic attraction that is different out there is the Hollywood Tower Hotel.
Oh, yeah. No Twilight Zone.
It is the High Tower Hotel, and it takes place in New York. Actually, not in Hollywood. Totally different story. Really cool effects. Same, like, ride, but just going through the pre-show and just the queue was more fun to me than the actual ride.
Is there a little monkey?
It's an idol. The monkey is Mystic Manor.
No, there's not a little monkey.
There's
in
an
Tower Tower?
idol. It's like a tiki idol.
Okay.
Yeah. So this basically the story is this guy. He's a collector of antiques, and he gets his idol, and they're like, "You don't want to keep that idol because it's like not good, bad juju." And he's like, "No, it's fine." And the idol like attacks him, sends him to an elevator, and drops him. In the queue room, there's actually a pre-show where there's an idol on it, and he like. There's like stained glass window that's actually a screen, and it like shows some of the story, and then the idol like comes to life, and it goes black for 1 second, it comes back, and the idol's like gone. Literally the only effect I don't know how they do. I think it drops down, but I
would assume so.
I don't know how.
Or just magic.
Yeah, just magic.
Just magic.
The coolest effect is if you watch, especially at night, if you watch the actual tower outside the building, because the guy lives in the penthouse. So there's 4 shafts for the elevator can go down. Whenever a shaft goes down, there's like a magic like electrocuting thing that goes from the top of the hotel to whatever shaft it drops on. So that was like built into the tower. So and it knows what shaft to go to. So it looks like the idol who's in the penthouse is like attacking the elevator.
Very cool.
Yeah,
I'm sure you could go on forever.
Forever.
Before we move so Tokyo DisneySea, best theme park on earth.
Yeah.
But how close to the Magic Kingdom was Tokyo Disneyland?
Very, very similar, but also different at the same time.
Yeah.
There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of difference. The layout is very similar, but Tomorrowland is all different. They don't even have Frontierland over there. It's called Western Land. Adventure. Everything's just a little off. Their whole main street is just wide. The World Bazaar over there is very wide. The biggest thing I've noticed over there is how much space there actually is.
Because they're crowded, right?
It's
insanely crowded.
Their walkways are 3 times the size of our walkways.
Yeah.
It's very spacious, which is also nice. But
spacious but insanely crowded, right?
Yeah, I think we got lucky. We never saw really big crowds, especially our first day. It rained in the morning, and it was a Thursday, so it cleared out, and there was one point when there was 10 people in front of the castle, and we were like, what's going on? But yeah, it's similar. The castle's very similar. It's almost identical.
Yeah, it looks just like Cinderella.
But I did appreciate the that awning they have over World Bazaar.
Yes,
that's cool.
I appreciate its purpose, but I think it takes away from the look.
Yeah, it's definitely you can never watch fireworks from under Main Street or World Bazaar, but. Lot of similarities, but then you're I kind of know where I am, but it's not. It's different.
Feels weird.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we have to move on.
I know.
I'm gonna make you move on.
Okay.
We're moving on, and we have to talk. Well, Tokyo Disney, they're having some summer promotion stuff. They seem to have a ton of limited time entertainment over there. Stuff always changes, which makes me think they must be a locals park like Disneyland.
Yeah.
So the Tokyo DisneySea is celebrating its 15th anniversary, as you mentioned. Out of Shadowland is a new musical coming. Then they're having a Disney Summer Festival with Latin motifs and musical or colorful fruits. They love colorful floats, I've noticed.
They've also loved Latin and Spanish music. There's a show over at Tokyo Disneyland called Mini O Mini, which is just full on Latin.
There we go.
So I was oh, okay.
And Minnie's Tropical Splash is coming. So constant stuff changing at Tokyo Disneyland, and yeah. But we gotta mention, we haven't talked about this yet. I know it's come out a while ago at this point. We haven't talked about the Jungle Book at all.
No.
Which I think we both enjoyed very much.
Yeah.
Of course, there is the sneak peeks in the parks, which, did you ever do it at DCA?
No.
Okay. I really enjoyed the sneak peek at Disney California Adventure because I was surprised by the effects. Even you get stung a few times. I love that stinging effect.
Which I can guess what part it was.
Yeah, take a guess.
The bees.
The bees. Yeah, they basically show that scene.
Okay.
And so you get stung by the bees a few times, but it was a great. I think it started with the sneeze actually, or no, the air bursts because you have Baloo sniffing you. But overall, what would you give this movie out of 10?
I was not expecting. I had no expectations going into it, and it came out very happy with it. But I give it in terms of the past live action Disney films, a 8.5, 8 out of 10.
Very generous. I'd give it a 7. I liked it very much. I will not buy the Blu-ray. The most impressive thing, I think, hands down, is it was shot in a soundstage.
Yeah.
Like, none of this was shot in a jungle. These computer animation effects
Are crazy.
are mind-blowing at this point. A lot of the movie, I just kept saying, oh, wow, The Lion King can be a live-action movie now.
pretty much.
Although I do have a problem with the term live-action because, okay, Mary Poppins is a live-action movie that has some animation in it, right? But the majority of it is live-action. Jungle Book, to me, is an animated movie with a little bit of live-action thrown into it. To me, it's an animated movie. And, you know, as I see movies going closer and closer to this, like Avatar and whatever, tons of them these days, every superhero movie, I think there's going to be like a really hard time distinguishing animation from live action when it comes to award seasons. It's very interesting, but in any case, I digress there. It's very. Do you agree? Disagree?
I mean, I can just say like live action would be like live looking.
Yeah, but then The Good Dinosaur is a live action movie.
No,
The characters look. The majority of that film looks real. The characters look like animated characters, but the majority of that film looks real. It looks as real as The Jungle Book.
yeah, but I would say where Jungle Book is trying to make every single part of it look real. Good Dinosaur's not trying to make every single part of it look real.
Yeah, it's still not live action. I don't know. It's a really fine line, I think. But you know, it's a spectacular movie. I will say, I had a problem with the little boy's performance.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I felt like I was watching Jake Lloyd in episode 1. It was not a good. I feel like they got a kid that looked the part more than was a great actor. He didn't bother you? Mm-mm. Not my favorite. What was your favorite part of the movie?
Oh, King Louis.
Was it real? Okay, this was my least favorite part of the
Definitely
movie.
King Louis.
Favorite and least favorite. Okay, first of all, did you get the cowbell reference? You didn't get it. Oh,
I don't
God.
remember.
I died because, you know, Mowgli walks up and he finds a cowbell in the cave. The second I saw this cowbell, I went, oh God, here comes Christopher Walken, who plays King Louis. If you don't know the cowbell reference, there is a...
I know, like, the SNL cowboy.
Yes, that's what they were referencing.
Yeah, but, like,
You don't remember the cowbell?
listen, I saw it, like, 3 weeks ago.
I don't care. The cowbell is, like, the most memorable thing to me. So funny. There's a sketch, I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell, that Christopher Walken does on Saturday Night Live. Just look up SNL, Christopher Walken, cowbell. You'll find it's the funniest thing on earth. And they did this right before his number. My problem is that he has the only musical theater moment in the movie. Yes, Baloo and Mowgli sing the bare necessities, but it is not a musical theater moment. It took me out of the film so badly. I couldn't forgive it.
Oh, I was sitting there smiling the whole time.
I was shaking my head going, no, if a movie's not a musical, you can't have musical theater moments. That's just breaking the rules.
But they did.
And it suffered for it. And you know what
It has like a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It doesn't matter.
I think it's
They
fine.
would have had 97% if they didn't ruin it with a musical number that was completely inappropriate. They should have just kept it for the credits like they did anyway. They added it in the credits. And then Scarlett Johansson sang Trust in Me. So like that's how it should have been handled. It drove me crazy.
I loved it.
That really bothered me. And he was giant. Like he was massive.
He was a...
orangutan?
No, he was a different ethnoparithamus.
Okay.
I don't know.
Did you just make that up?
Yep. He sings it because they changed the lyrics for this song.
Oh, okay.
And he mentions it. It's like a extinct, like you know how
Like a King Kong.
like a megalodon was like a giant shark. It's like this was a giant extinct ape.
Okay. One other thing that bothered me, and I really did love this movie, but I didn't like how like certain animals couldn't talk. Like it was very inconsistent. Like the elephants didn't talk. The little monkeys didn't talk. They made animal noises. So why can some animals talk and others can't?
They could. They just didn't want to. The elephants were too noble to talk to peasants.
That one I would buy and accept, but the little monkey stealing the fruit from him, which was really mean, little monkeys.
They're little baby monkeys. They can't
No, I didn't like that.
have voices yet.
No. No, that inconsistency bothered me. But
Because they lived only with King Louis and they never learned to speak.
no, you're making up excuses that shouldn't be made
It's
up.
very scientifical.
No, scientifical.
If you grew
Scientifical is not a word.
If you grew up in a place where there was no speaking, you would never learn to speak.
Yeah, but they grew up in a world where there was speaking.
But no, not in King Louis's little area.
When he was rehearsing that musical number, he had to
He
speak to do
always
it.
knew that.
Oh, that was just an innate number and so,
Yes.
yeah, okay, cool. But yes, it did really well. It's still doing really well. There is a sequel announced. So it's pretty exciting. And yeah, it's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, definitely go see it. Good stuff. Anything else about The Jungle Book?
I liked it.
Yeah, it's doing well enough that, in fact, Jungle Book, you're going to see some stuff at the Animal Kingdom, at Disney's Animal Kingdom at Walt Disney World, starting Memorial Day weekend. They're doing something called The Jungle Book Alive with Magic on Discovery River. There aren't many details about this, but, as you know, a lot of stuff opened recently at Disney's Animal Kingdom. A lot of the nighttime stuff did. And this is going to be added to it. And, I mean, is there a more perfect home? Not really.
They were never planning on doing this.
No, I'm sure, but it's a perfect home for it. You've got a story.
No, I'm just saying it's basically they're like, oh, crap, Rivers of Light is not working.
Yeah.
What can we put in here? Jungle Book is doing good. Let's throw that in.
Yeah, so, yes, the Rivers of Light, we announced it was delayed. It's
very delayed.
Sounds like it's going to be very delayed. They're going to actually not make an official announcement until end of May or sometime in May. So, it's considerable. This is very reminiscent to me of when our Phantasmic Dragon debuted. And that was part of Summer Nightastic, which I want to say was 2008 or 9, something like that. Maybe 10. And
10.
Maybe 10, 11, 12, somewhere, whatever it was, Summer Nightastic, and all of the marketing was about dragons. It was the Maleficent Dragon and the Pete's Dragon for the Main Street Electrical Parade and the new Phantasmic. And yeah, she never premiered at all that summer. I think it was September when she premiered. So it looks like Rivers of Light is heading in that direction, which is a bummer. They did show 2 preview scenes. Did you see them?
Yeah.
It's very World of Color. The music didn't rock my world yet. Maybe it's something that I have to hear repeated in order for me to fall in love with it. But, it's beautiful. It's kind of, I feel like, Illuminations has the pyro, which I guess will keep it different. But, yeah, I'm really curious. I feel like everything that's different and unique about it isn't working.
It reminded me of because they've never done something like an original song with animal stuff. It reminded me of very much of a SeaWorld Busch Gardens kind of thing. But I mean, that's the same concept. It's an original song with animal music behind it.
Now there are theories out there. Some theories are that the problems are creative. I personally feel like the problems are technical.
Oh, 100%.
And don't disagree with Patrick.
I'm just hearing rumors of
I know.
barges crashing into each other.
Yeah, the barges are using GPS systems that I think aren't ready. And I mean, let's just have drivers, shall we? Can we just do that? I feel bad for anybody that's going to Walt Disney World, expecting to see Rivers of Light. And yes, there's tons of new stuff to do, but this is a pretty big thing. And this has been marketed for a while. So it's always a bummer. Trust me, I'm sure they're super bummed as well. So it's not like they don't want to open it. But yeah, they are going to have some interim show, it sounds like. And the Jungle Book may be featured, which I think is actually good, because at first when I heard about this, I thought that we were going to show the 2 sections that they showed for the press night of Rivers of Light. And I was so against that. I was very
an incomplete show.
Yeah. Well, but I thought they were just going to be this is a preview. What's to come? And I was like, no, you can't do that. That's going to ruin the surprise for everybody when the full Rivers of Light comes. So I'm happy that from what I'm hearing, it's going to be a brand new show. And of course, based on an intellectual property. And hopefully they won't think to themselves, oh, that IP did really well. Let's base the whole show on that, which wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I mean, the show's called Jungle Book Alive with Magic.
No, I'm talking about the new. If they were let's change Rivers of Light to
I don't think so.
IP Jungle Book show, it fits in the Animal Kingdom. But yeah, so hopefully for everybody's sake, I hope that they figure that stuff out.
I can tell you the Jungle Book show is gonna for sure have King Louis singing.
Oh, of course.
And it's gonna be the whole show.
And that's fine because it'll be a musical. But, you know, in the middle of a movie that wasn't a musical, a little weird.
I don't know.
No, it was definitely a little weird.
No, it's fine.
No, it was definitely weird.
It's good.
No, I
liked it.
didn't like it so much.
Smile.
No.
Yeah.
Shook my head. I was like, no. What are you doing? I think I literally threw my arms up in the air. I think I was like, what are you doing?
Oh, I went, yes.
No.
And then I sat back and I
No, were you
smiled.
expecting it?
No.
I kind of half was. And I was like, no, but they wouldn't do that. Like, they're too smart to.
And then he started.
I can just picture like Walt and being like, I want to sing the song. Like, and just that's why they did it. Because he wanted. Because there's no other reason. Oh, it drives me crazy. Okay, aside from problems we're having at the park, how about something new and exciting that's coming?
Lots of stuff.
Soarin' Around the World, June 17th at Disneyland and Disney California Adventure, and June 16th at Shanghai Disneyland.
Yeah.
Very exciting. I'm excited for this. Epcot is also getting a third theater because those Epcot people love Soarin'. I don't know what it is.
Gets real long.
It gets really long. I don't think I have ever done Soarin' at Walt Disney World because of the fact that I'm like, I got the same thing at DCA, and I'm not going to wait in this insane line. I'm not the type, I don't tend to mind queues so much. Like, I accept them for what they are. But I don't like Soarin's because of like 10 minutes of not moving. And then you move a bunch. And then like those types of lines drive me crazy.
We got games at World.
Yeah, you're going to start getting an interactive queue.
There is one.
There is one?
Yeah, it's been one for like years now.
What do you do?
There's like you're like a bird and you like just fly over things.
Sounds great.
There's like multiple ones. I don't know. It's been a while.
What, is it like a screen? Like
yeah,
a touch
there's a
screen?
giant screen, and then there's like controls on the like railing.
Okay, if that's been there, then I've definitely never done it in Epcot.
It's been there for a while.
I don't remember that at all. So yeah, but I'm excited for Soarin' Around the World. I actually have heard that musical score will be returning, which I hope is true.
So. I love that score.
I hope so too, because it was one of my big fears when I heard there was going to be changes to Soarin'. I'm like, that score is so beautiful.
I recently went on Soarin' like yesterday, and none of the smells worked. So I wonder if they
don't care. At this point, they're like, we're shutting down stuff.
I wonder if they were just like, we're already switching over.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm sure they're like, okay, we're not going to invest in that. Number two, I bet that smell gets stuck in those tubes. So they're probably still pushing the air through, trying to like get rid of the scent, would be my guess. Yeah, so we are going to get new smells, and I'm excited. You think we'll get wet? You think they're going to add a water feature on the new Soarin'? I bet you they are.
I don't know.
I have a feeling they are.
Maybe.
If I had to guess, I'd say yes. So I'm excited for that, and I don't know if I'll go June 17th because Soarin' has a long line already, and I don't really. I mean, maybe I'll fast pass it.
Yeah.
Soarin' Around the World. Excellent. Aside from that, something that scared me, and I actually have no idea how you reacted to this.
Do you know about it?
The new Mickey heads for Shanghai.
Yeah.
This, guys, if you haven't seen this, we will post a photo of the new Mickey character heads for Shanghai Disneyland next to the current Mickey heads that we're used to. We'll post it on our Facebook wall. Check it out, because I actually found out about this live on Periscope. I didn't know about this, and somebody told me, so I went and looked, and so I got to see my reaction. It was not a good reaction.
I saw a picture and I just said, no.
Yeah. That's kind of exactly what I did. I went, no, it was so weird.
No, but then like thinking about it, like I think the thing that weirds me out the most is they don't necessarily look bad. It's just I'm so used to the ones that are already there, and I feel like I don't know how they've been there for like a good. When did they change it to that?
Slight different changes, I'm sure. Here's my thing. The new ones, to me, look more amateurish. They look more like a Halloween costume. Mm-hmm. They also look small enough that they don't blink or talk. I could be wrong about that, but that's the way that they look to me. Everything's smaller. The eyes are smaller, the mouth's smaller, the ears are smaller.
The whole head's smaller.
The whole head is smaller. Which is maybe less frightening. I don't know. It was just really shocking. After stepping back and giving it some time, I'm like, okay, it's not as terrifying as I think, but it does look more amateurish to me. Now, my guess is we're all going to be getting these.
Oh, yeah.
But how does that work? Like, how is that going to... First of all, you know me in continuity. I think if this is what's going to be at Shanghai on June 16th, they need to be everywhere June 16th. If that's the case and they don't talk, what happens to Newsboy Mickey? What, does he not talk anymore?
They're all going to talk.
They
have to.
They don't look like they talk.
Well, the initial ones, not that they showed. But I think, like, it's a good timing, too, because, like, the castle show will be a new castle show.
Yeah.
And that was, like, a big one that uses all the animatronic heads.
I'm sure that, when Fantasmic comes back, it'll have...
I mean, they have to. I mean...
And all we've seen is Mickey and Minnie.
Words with Mickey is, like, the only meet and greet with Mickey ever in Walt Disney World.
Yeah, so it's only Mickey and Minnie we've seen, but I'm sure the Fab Five are gonna. I'm sure everybody's gonna get it. But it was okay. It was shocking. Is all I can say. Would love to know what you think of it. Leave a comment below and let us know what you think of the new. And it came out of nowhere. Like there was no warning for this. I don't even think they made a big deal. Was there a press release sent out, or was it just like, oh, these characters happened to be at some press thing and people went crazy? I think it might have been that. Like it was nuts. Disturbing. But in any case, shall we continue on with life? And oh god,
it's different.
I'm really scared for seeing them in the park in person. Watch, I'll fall in love with them probably. They'll be like my new Disneyland band. I'll be all for it once I finally see it. But no, it scared me. And then something that is crazy. When I read this, I just laughed. Disney Channel original movies.
Yeah.
We're getting to our 100th Disney Channel original movie.
Yep.
And it's actually going to be a remake of Adventures in Babysitting on May 27th. No, I'm sorry. I don't
May
know when that
27th is when the
marathon premieres.
Starts. Yeah.
They are marathoning every single Disney Channel original movie ever made.
However, it's not like a full... They're going to show all of them eventually. Mm-hmm. But that Memorial Day weekend, they will... From that Friday to that Monday, they'll be showing as much as they can, which I think added up to like 37 DCOMs.
I read May 27th that weekend is going to be the 51 most popular.
51. Okay, 51. And then after that Monday, they'll be showing the rest of the 49 throughout the course leading up to the 100th on like June something.
Yeah, and it sounds like the most popular ones will be repeated quite a bit, and like the lesser popular will be shown like once.
However
again,
I looked at the schedule, and the thing that makes me most upset is the order seems so weird.
I think they're ordering them based on popularity, but I mean
I can tell you that Monday, that Memorial Day has like the best ones.
Yeah.
But they're showing some
Descendants,
of them.
I don't think was on that list, was it?
It was.
Oh, okay.
It's like that like 8 p.m. slot
okay.
too. It's weird though because they're showing some sequels before the actual one, like that. Like Friday has like Xenon 2 and like Halloween Town 2, and then the next day has the original.
Musical too, yeah.
It's very weird.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I've never seen any Halloween Town, and I know this is like a big thing for people.
Halloween
Listen,
great.
I was like the wrong age when it came out. Hocus Pocus was my Halloween Town. Nothing beats that. But I'm gonna give it a shot. I don't think it's as good as Hocus Pocus. I don't think even nostalgia aside, I don't think it's going to be as good as Hocus Pocus. But I'm willing to give it a shot.
It's good.
So I'm going to record them all. There's 4 of them, I believe.
Yes.
And I'm going to record them all. I will watch them in order. So I'm going to have to wait for the original to eventually show. And like that's the one thing I'm going to check out. Are there any that you're specifically looking forward to seeing that like you've never seen before?
So, like obviously some of the newer ones that like I stopped watching DCOMs.
I haven't seen a ton of them, to be honest.
Yeah, it's like the early 90 ones are great, but like there's some like 2009, 2010 ones that were on the list that I was like, what is this? I've never heard of this one.
Well, the first one was High School Musical, right?
What?
Was that the first Disney Channel original movie?
No.
What was that the first of? That there was some like
maybe musical.
Maybe the first musical. I don't know. I know that that was like something big. when that
It was like the most popular
Okay.
DCOM, but no, High School Musical, like they had like in the early 90s, like late 80s DCOMs.
There's no Phil of the Future DCOM.
There's a lot of
with the actor
Raviv
Ullman,
Yeah.
Ricky Ullman. His real name is Raviv.
Yeah.
He goes by Ricky.
He was in.
Are there?
Yeah.
Oh, which ones was he in? I'll watch those.
He's in a lot of them.
Oh, I love Ricky Ullman.
I can't tell you which ones, but he's in a lot of them.
I can IMDb it. It's fine. So yeah, I think that's a cool marketing thing. I think that's a lot of fun, and of course, it's all leading up to Adventures in Babysitting. And this marathon's going through June, so get ready for it. And also, you can find a lot of them on the Disney Channel app and video on demand. But those will only be the most popular. Where you see everything is the Disney Channel. So call up today and order to the Disney Channel. Remember back in the days when you used to have to pay for Disney Channel? You probably don't remember that. Really long time ago, you used to have like pay separate for it. And then we would steal it from cable.
Yep.
That's great. And before we say goodbye, I just want to mention, have you ridden Snow White's Scary Adventure lately at Disneyland?
Lately, within the last month.
Okay, this probably happened a long time ago, but I saw it like because I don't ride it that often. For the first time this past weekend, did you know they added map projection in there? There's like map projection inside Snow White's Scary Adventure. And it was, oh God, what scenes was it? I remember the scene with the rain and the witch. Oh, it was the transformation scene when you see like the evil queen turn into the witch. Okay. There's like some map projection stuff in there, and it just took me by surprise.
Like in the mirror?
Like around the mirror. It was very cool.
I don't think I noticed it.
Some really nice little subtle changes. Not as major as Alice in Wonderland or anything, but really cool. I appreciated it.
Speaking of map projection, I just have to mention
Let's hear it.
The map projection in Jungle Cruise at Tokyo.
Oh, cool. Is it in a cave?
Yeah, super cool.
Very cool.
I think we talked about it once.
Yeah. Very, very cool. And let's see. Oh, I have to thank a couple of people who went to iTunes and left 5-star reviews, as I promised. Mimsy Caterpillar and Jenna Wagner. Jenna Wagner, who says, the reason I love Wednesday. That's DCTC is why she loves Wednesday. Hump Day is now just DCTC Day.
Okay.
Let's make that a thing. So thank you, Mimsy Caterpillar and Jenna Wagner. If you want a shout out on the show, simply go to iTunes, leave us a 5-star written review, and you'll get a shout out, I promise. And other than that, anything you want to add? Then I think that means it's trivia time. Do you want to hit me or shall I hit you?
You can hit me.
Okay. Well, we were talking about Soarin' Around the World, which is premiering June 17th at Walt Disney World and Disneyland, but it actually has a different name for Shanghai Disneyland. And it's
Soaring Over the Horizon.
No, close.
Soaring Around the Horizon. Something Horizon.
Say it again.
Soaring Around the Horizon.
It's Soaring Around the Horizon, yes. Not sure why the change, but okay. I accept it, and I move on. But yeah, very
Nailed
good.
it.
Soaring Around the Horizon.
Yeah, I knew that. So, we were talking about Tokyo and DisneySea a lot. Mm-hmm. So funny enough, like the 60th here at Disneyland, it premiered in like May because the summer, when actually the 60th wasn't until July. So DisneySea is doing the same thing. They're still only 14, but their 15th celebration at start. They opened September 4th, 2001.
Okay.
So we were actually there during an anniversary for Tokyo Disneyland. Do you know what day it opened?
So Tokyo Disneyland, the original park, which is so DisneySea is celebrating its 15th.
But the 15th is actually in September.
It's in September. So,
we were there for the 33rd anniversary.
So wait a second. I think that the 1983. Oh, you said 33rd, so I just have to do math. But was it 83 or something like that the park opened?
I asked for the day.
No, I know. I'm just trying to think of the year as well.
It was the 33rd anniversary, so
we'll do math quick and figure that out. And the day would be April
16 minus 33.
12?
83. No.
April. I'm trying to think when he flew out. I can't remember. April 18th.
Nope.
Am I close?
I mean, you're within a week.
April 22nd.
No.
April 19th.
Nope.
17th.
Nope.
16th.
Nope.
15th.
Yes.
April 15th?
1983.
Tax Day.
April 15, 1983. It's really funny because I was like buying something at a cash register, and she goes like, I was like obviously speaking English. She goes, "Oh, where are you from?" And I was like, "Oh, California, the other Disneyland." She's like, "Oh, the 60th," and she's like, "Today's 33rd," and I was like, "Oh, that's crazy."
That's cool. Excellent. Well, I think that's going to do it for us this week, guys.
Yeah.
Of course, connect with us between episodes at places like
Facebook, Twitter, iTunes, YouTube, SoundCloud, Tumblr, blog post, our website.
DisneyCoastToCoast.com is where you can find
The internet.
everything to connect with us. Thanks for joining us this week. We will see you next time.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Disney Coast to Coast. Have a magical day.
Today, we're going to go on an animatronic adventure.
Ooh.
One of the coolest things, at least in my opinion, about Disney parks are their animatronics, audio animatronics, robotics, all of the above.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just going to kind of give our top 10 list in no specific order. We each have our own lists. We have not discussed this. I'm curious to see, how many do you think we will match?